This video is for anybody that has Crohn's, colitis, IBS, IBD, or has friends with these diseases, autoimmune diseases. I've had my colitis and Crohn's for about 13, 14 years, and I was finally able to get into remission, into clinical remission with that. And I want to explain to you the holistic side of getting into this process. And you have to understand that there wasn't like a single pill that cured me or healed me and I'm back to normal again. You can't just take a pill and expect to see a change, because there's a reason why your body has autoimmune disease, why your body has those ulcerative colitis and digestive problems. Everybody has a different reason why they get the disease. It could be environmental factors. You could have a lot of toxins in your body. You could have a lot of stress in your life. Your diet could be completely unhealthy and your body doesn't like it and reacts in a certain way where it shows you has colitis. So everybody's different, and you have to use your own judgment and your own self-awareness to understand that. Now, I'll explain to you the story of how I figured it out and how you can too, because I want to be able to help you as well. So within the 13 years, I was working 50, 60 hours, even more per week. I was going to school. I had like just a crazy amount of time. I was just overloading my body. I was eating a lot, constantly just eating in the restaurants, just eating out of pleasure, out of the sake of releasing the stress that I had as a chef. And I wasn't eating to nourish my body. I was just eating to kind of cover that pain, that suffering, the stress that I was having in my jobs, and anybody that's a chef can understand. So that was a bad habit, and I chose to get out of the restaurant. I chose to go into private work instead, and it changed a lot of things. So I was able to notice a big change in my diet, a big change in the choices I was making. Fasting helped me out immensely, intermittent fasting, because after 16 hours of not eating, I really wanted to take particular food groups, and I was eating with more of an intention to nourish myself. So I taught myself how to do that by doing that. And it was a really big lesson for me, because then I changed my whole diet every day. I'm eating more nutritious foods. I'm eating fish, a lot of fermented foods like kefirs and yogurts, miso, fermented cabbage, and these kind of things that really help your microbiome and boost your immunity. I recorded certain food groups that were making me stress and making me flare up and causing inflammation, like a lot of the meats were. A lot of non-fermented dairies like milk, cream, alcohol, caffeine, like strong coffees and certain teas. And I noted those down, and I chose to avoid those things, and then went over to just eating more fruits and vegetables, more leafy greens. It really helped me a lot. It really helped my colitis. And there were certain supplements that made a difference. Things like agrimony tinctures from the agrimony flower from Bach Remedies. That was a game changer. That stopped my diarrhea I was having for 6-7 times a day, even after quitting my job. My colitis was then in control within 3 days after taking that, and it was amazing. After that, then I stopped taking the tinctures after a week or so. I started continuing my diet, my eating pattern, and then I began to dig a little deeper into my emotions, and I was holding a lot of things in, not communicating them outward. And it's crazy because I can't really explain to you how that made a difference in my life, but it made such a big difference once I was aware of that, and made a big difference with the progress of my diseases. So within about 3 and 4 months, I was just starting to get rid of my symptoms. I was having regular bowel movements. I was incorporating exercise, 3 or 4 times a week, doing the things that I love more, taking time for myself more. They sound like simple things, but they're actually really hard to do and really hard for people to understand. So it's not an easy journey, but they are easy steps to include in your life, if that makes sense. And to this day, I haven't had a major flare-up, so it's actually quite nice to be normal again. And I wish all the best to you. Please subscribe below, leave a comment, share your story, message me. Thank you so much for watching.